gonna be first up over the team 2. Going versus Too Fast, the Arcane Mage Panda. I kind of like the fact that you're a panda. Actually, scratch that. I love that you're a panda. I don't see a lot of Pandaran, but they look good. I actually don't have a bad ratio. Gonna be a big burst out of Too Fast SP with an immediate great fade. Trying to see if he can dodge. Too Fast, trying to see if he can Goblin Racial over to maybe land a fear, but it's going to be Too Fast continue to blast him out with a Kyrian together with a touch of Magi. Is playing the full tier set of touch of Magi by the looks of it. Try to go for as much instant cast damage as you could instead of going for like a missile focused build. SP, try to see if you can still catch him. Too Fast is literally living up to his name. He is literally Too Fast. Barrages together with Blinks. I don't even know if it won Shimmers. Together with all the time together with the Kyrian, with the Night Fade. Actually, it's kind of huge. Wait, SP actually catches him together with the full Dispel, actually got the full Drain on him with a Void Torrent. And Too Fast is able to go for shit to power while continuously moving. The fact that you're just running so much is incredible. SP, try to see if you can keep up with you as best as you can. Too Fast taking a bunch of damage, does land a quick polymer onto SP. We're just a quick second. Touches the magic, try to go for the most amount of burst. That's also going to be all the time. SP could potentially remove it. It's going to go for a mind control, does catch the quick MC. Just try to see if you can walk Too Fast off as SP's Megalomania does crush his health down to 30%. No matter where you're on health, Megalomania is always going to set your health to 30%. So if you're above it, it's going to hurt you. However, if you're below it, it's going to heal you. The old gods are not super friendly, not super forgiving, but there is some weird fairness to them. And Megalomania, you basically embrace the old gods' power in a sense. And like, all right, we're going to leave you with 30%. It's not super high. It's going to leave you deadly. But if you're under it, we understand. We're going to help you out a little. So I'm hoping that whatever priest change comes out in Dragonflight, right? Hopefully whatever the change the priests are getting in Dragonflight, hopefully they have like very similar abilities of like a Kiss Curse, interesting effects and stuff. Too Fast, quick, polymorph onto SP. I feel like saying quick for Too Fast, for him is just normal. So saying quick, I feel like just describes Too Fast. It's just like, I repeat myself. When you talk about Too Fast, missiles by Too Fast, try to see if you maybe can make some damage happen off of the touch of the magic. Actually did quite a bit of damage to SP, maybe potentially big damage. Does the touch of the magic crush him? Does do a lot of damage. Mind games by the priest with a void short. Oh, it does catch the mage without an ice block. It's gonna be able to burst him down. Playing for like a big snap burst build, not playing the Necrolord, playing the Venti, which is uncommon for Shadow Priest. At least in the 5v5 1v1 dueling arena. I don't know if that's what you're playing like the current game right now or whatnot. Maybe just 2 builds are good. Gonna be SP, just try to see if he can run away from Slip. Try to see if he can give Slip that slip. Try to go for DPs. That's gonna be Vampiric Embrace. Maybe has to go for the PI. Full bleeds by the Feral Druid. It's gonna be a full disperse out of SP. Just trying to see if he can bail out of there. The Shadow continued to torrent a full beam at Slip, just trying to keep him out in combat, but that's going to be at least SP surviving the Berserk bleed, surviving the crucial, the biggest bleeds out of Feral Druid, and it's going to be able to get away from him for just a second. Try to see if he can maybe pick up the eye. Feral is going to try to see if he can leap around top of his speed. Vampiric Touch is going to be on him with the DP to follow. And it's going to be a big Shadow Crash onto Slip right afterwards. Trying to see if he can keep himself dispelled. Not really sure what he can dispel. Stun onto Slip. It's going to be Void Short. Wait, does he get bursted down? Silence. Oh my god. Wait, a speed with a Mind Games forced out. A self heal out of a Feral Druid with Mind Games that end up hurting him instead. All that curative healing magic of our friends of Regeneration was actually drain him instead with huge Buttman charging out next. Try to see if he can get a Flame Shock, couple Lava Bursts onto SP. And is going to try to see if he keeps the Frost Shock swirling while SP slowly crawling away on his big old Shadowlands Drake. Big zaps by his huge Buttman with the Lava Burst Lasso. Does SP have any ways out of it? Maybe Greater Fade does need to go for recovery. Definitely needs to go for self-healing. Shadowman's are going to be crucial. Does get a trap the last second as he's trying to go for a mind control onto Huge. Stun onto Huge. Does himself the Shadow Crashes. That's going to be a Mind Bender, but eventually Mind Games. Silence onto Huge Buttman with the VTs. Trying to get himself moving into an MC onto Huge and trying to see if he can get himself an escape. And SP looking for that recovery. He knows that Megalomania is going to send him to 30% health, so there's only so much he can really do. The best thing he can do is maybe reposition to a better line of sight spot and wait for Megalomania to take down on him. But Huge is trying to see if he can get aggressive here, get some dots rolling. That's going to be Sky Fury. Maybe SP can kill it from around the corner. Looks like he's attempting to. SP does drop to 30% health. Does have a Lava Burst as he's flying out. Has a Disperse in order to avoid the Lava Burst. And Huge just needs himself an Ascendance to proc for him. That Shadow Priest Disperse does heal SP quite a bit though. before the dampening starts to ramp up. SP trying to snipe out all these stoners by Huge as best as he can. Quick interrupt onto SP, trying to Dora Shadows, maybe close the gap with Huge with the Fury immediately. Wait, so they disorient and the Fury, do those ZR or do they not? Stun onto Huge with the Mind Games, maybe a Torrent to follow, has the Void Crashes, it's gonna see a massive Torrent. Huge can't even recover, Silence to follow, even if he goes for a heal, he could be in trouble. Does pop a wall with the Earth Elemental, but he's still extremely low in health with the Shadow Fiend crawling towards him. Huge is trying to see if he can potentially escape this also by the Shadow Priest, still super low in health. Earth Elemental joins in, does get a Clobber Stone onto SP with a Hex to follow as Huge looking for that recovery. Huge with a Healing Surge, SP does get the Megalomania, proccing on him looking for that quick recovery. 26% dampening, both of these guys are run, healing each other like it's a Disc Priest and it's a Rest of Shaman, honestly. They actually got quite a lot of survivability right now. Maybe that's with all the versatility in the Season 4 gear. But these two definitely have a lot of more survivability than I remember. Shadow Priest with a stun onto Huge. Resonator trying to go for a knock. Couldn't knock him. Silence with the Torrent right now. Haymaker trying to see if he can boop him. Does get him midair. He actually queued this up. SP jumped right after him and the Haymaker went off. That is actually such a skillful Haymaker. It's almost like you expect that he's going to chase after you because you started the cast, jumped down, he jumped after you, so he was next to you by the time the cast finished. That's actually incredible. That was actually so perfect. He literally punched him in air. I love that. SP, try to see if maybe we can give some recovery. Huge Butman sees us as an opportunity to keep the pressure onto the Shadow Priest, SP. Whenever you see him casting, you want to be next to him quickly, able to wind shear those casts. Just swipe him out of his hands. 10 minutes into a duel, 30% dampening. Which one of these two casters is going to have the ultimate win here, however? Lava Burst by Huge. Does not have an interrupt for SP for a second stun. Void Eruption, going to try to knock him back. Mind Games, Megalomania with a Silence. Void Torrent to follow, trying to see if he can break the channel. But SP tried to move with him, try to keep on him. VT to follow him. If SP has any more damage towards Huge, he could be in a great spot. Shadow Crusher on the corner. Huge looking for that recovery once the Mind Games fall off. And SP knows with this Megalomania, eventually it's going to get him low on health. I don't know if you can Greater Fade it either, can ya? It just like sets your health to that state, to the 30%. Not necessarily does damage to you that can be dodged. It's kind of like a altered time in a weird way, isn't it? Another Eruption by SP though. Does hit Huge as he goes in for a Hex. Trinkets out of it. Maybe SP has something to follow. Gonna be yet another Hex. Does he have a Greater Fade for it? Does Shadow Word Depth himself to break himself out of the Hex? Oh my god! The Shadow Priest is insane! He just Shadow Word Death himself to break out of that Hex. What a that is incredible control of a class. That is incredible control right now. That is insane. Tagsy trying to see if he can maybe overpower SP. Hits him with the fear as a Mortal Coil comes out. Tagsy's actually fighting against SP, who's playing it very, very defensively, trying to see if he can go for some survivability. But Tagsy, he just wants to go home for the kill. He wants to go to see if he can just finish him right then and there. Can he stop his spree? SP porting out of there completely. This man is insane. This Shadow Priest is a god. What is this? Tagsy trying to see if he can get those dots to ramp up versus SP. SP may have to go for a massive spell on those dots. Is going to go for Greater Fate. Disperse to follow, trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. 42% dampener. This is where the man needs as much healing as possible. It's just in such a tight situation. Tagsy, I think he's going to have a human racial for the next stun, isn't he? Stun, has a human racial. Resonator, Mind Games, with actually has support for it. So SP, a lot of his bursts kind of went out of the window. I don't know if he used Megalomania. He did use Megalomania. Silence on a Tagsy. Void Torrent behind the corner. Tagsy got himself a shield, but he's trying to see if he can get some dots versus SP. He can't really heal himself for a time being. Without Mind Games, he's going to just damage himself. SP trying to avoid him. He's still behind. And with that Megalomania, I think it's eventually going to set itself to 30% Mortal Coil. Tagsy trying to drain him. Does Megalomania break him with a heal? Trying to, oh no, I thought maybe Megalomania was going to help him heal there, but I don't know if maybe Megalomania ticked out already. I guess it maybe did. Tagsy does end up capitalizing on SP, but that was a hell of a match with the Shadow Priest. Absolutely hell of a match. Tagsy trying to see if he can maybe survive and to quick fear as the Paladin got full burst. Tagsy needs to go on the defensive. Big drain at 48% dampening. He's still got himself plenty of recovery. As long as he can get those drains and the Aghanis to take down onto Antu and establish mobility, which is exactly what he's doing, he can still recover a ton of health. So Rod onto Antu, may have to bubble this, got full wings. Do you actually want to cast? Do you actually want to find out what happens? If Tagsy interrupts you, you can be in a tight spot. Honestly, with all these dots swatting, do you even want to take the damage? Bubba's at late, but Bubba's at no help whatsoever. Tagsy got him very, very low. Antu tried to stay aggressive. He knows that this side dampening. Casting Flashing Lights is just not going to be nearly as valuable. So at that point, I imagine like just pressing bubble early and he leaves. And at least, maybe it's one of the situations where you press bubble early. Maybe it's one of the situations where you just press it. ICBA? Fair enough. Slabun's gonna be up next as a Windwalker Monk, trying to see if he might be able to overpower Tagsy. Quick Fear meets him, and Tagsy able to get full dots onto Slabun's, and is able to bail out of there. Why can't I say that out loud? It's gonna ramp up those dots. Slabun's gonna take quite a bit of damage from everything. Corruption, Agony, away. It's actually gonna be Tagsy dropping down Lexi to follow on him. That's gonna be Karma. Tagsy pouring upwards. And Slabun's trying to see if he can catch him. That Karma is gonna reverse all the damage back to Tagsy. Wait, the Karma actually did the work. All those dots ramped up the Karma and was enough for Sabans. Normally the Karma does only a portion of the damage, but I guess he got Tagsy low enough. Quick stab by Beggar. As you see, Slabun's next get a shot could be deadly, but he does have a chicken for you. He's got him some spikes. Sabans, this is where you need to lock down Beggar. Oh my god! That is so much damage out of this monk with Beggar at no health whatsoever. Slabans still holding on to a trinket. Beggar, I don't know how you escape this. I don't know how you win this. I have no idea. You got to get a trinket out of this man, then lock him down to Kidney Shot. The man picked up eyes. Maybe if you just hit him with a blind immediately. Sap? Kidney Shot, he's going to trinket it. You have a vendetta on him. He could trinket us immediately. Unless you just, oh my god. He just was like, felt so confident. He was like, I could just kick him and he's down. My god. Yo, Esper was insane. Also, Taxi played really, really well too. Huge Buttonman also played a hell of a game. My goodness, boys. SP is incredible. That was actually so good. I love that Haymaker midair though. That was the play. That was, oh, mwah, that was amazing. I need to cue you guys back in here, man. All right. I want to see Taxi play some more in that team, but also want to see SP play. Like, what if